According to renowned cosmic pessimist Douglas Adams, there is an art, or rather a knack, to flying. It involves throwing yourself at the ground and missing. Floating, however, is much more dignified. It is the knack of throwing yourself at the ocean and having the ocean politely but firmly decline your company. Most people look at a 100,000-ton cruise ship, a floating monument to human excess and the terrible things people do to shrimp, and assume it stays up through sheer willpower. It doesn't. Willpower only works on gym memberships and Monday mornings. Meet the HMS Hubris. It shouldn't float. It knows it shouldn't float. And yet, here we are. Archimedes of Syracuse was the first man to realize that a body submerged in water is subject to an upward force equal to the weight of the water it has inconvenienced. It is a fundamental law of the universe that if you take up someone else's space, they will try to shove you out of it. Water is no different. It has a very developed sense of personal property. When a ship enters the sea feels crowded and pushes back. We call this buoyancy. The water views it as an unprovoked structural insult and takes immediate legal action. The secret is that ships are surprisingly full of nothing. They are hollow, much like the campaign promises of a galactic president or the deep void where your sense of purpose ought to be. Because a ship is mostly air and existential dread, it is technically lighter than the volume of water it displaces. It's a mathematical loophole. You're essentially tricking the ocean into thinking you're a very large, very metallic bubble. Inside every ship is a pocket of air that considers itself much better than the surrounding ocean. Aristocratic, arrogant, and very, very light. Of course, the universe is famously intolerant of loopholes. If the whole develops a hole, or what the marketing department calls an unplanned immersive experience, the air leaves. The water enters, and the ship suddenly remembers it's made of steel. At this point, gravity stops being a suggestion and starts being a mandate. We call this a spontaneous architectural redesign. Once reality enters the hole, the conversation is effectively over. So, as we sail into the condiment-colored sunset of our own making, remember, stay light, stay arrogant, and for heaven's sake, don't let reality in. It ruins the upholstery. Click the buttons, subscribe to The Void, and remember the universe is a very large place, and most of it is much wetter than you'd like.